Coming up, the engineering behind the modern machines of Malice. As the Western world entered the modern era, enlightened minds sought to create execution machines with humanity. Engineers invented devices to end life quickly while exploiting the principles of gravity, torque, velocity, and electricity. The word capital in capital punishment actually comes from the Latin word caput, meaning head. This refers to crimes of the most serious nature, punishable by beheading.
Dying by axe, there was always the chance that the executioner wasn't going to be strong enough, that it was going to take more than one blow.
During the French Revolution, beheading gets mechanized with a device capable of lopping off a head every 10 seconds. They call this machine the guillotine.
The original goal was to come up with a method of execution that was quick and painless for the victim as possible.
The guillotine is a giant mechanized knife designed to remove heads. With the release of a rope, gravity pulls on the blade and sends it down through a channel. The blade severs the neck upon impact, and the head falls a short distance into the wicker basket below. But the inventors of the guillotine needed to overcome an inherent problem with cutting. If a blade is flat, it creates a messy chop, not a clean cut.
An angled blade is one of the best ways to slice things. If you think about somebody trying to cut a piece of meat, you're going to angle your blade and you're going to push it through. That's much more efficient than taking a flat blade and putting it on your meat and then trying to cut it.
The angled blade of the guillotine revolutionized the beheading business. It weighs 15 pounds and with repeated filing becomes razor sharp. But an angled cut is not enough to remove a head. The power behind the cut comes from 70 pounds of dead weight, called a mouton, stacked on top of the blade.
The reason why it has to be so heavy on the top is to create enough energy to cleanly sever the head. If you don't have enough energy coming down, you might leave the person only cutting halfway through.
The guillotine blade travels up and down between two upright posts, 14 feet high. Executioners hoist 85 pounds to the top of the posts with a rope and pulley system. They lock the blade into position with a spring-loaded clasp. But it's hard work severing a head.
The neck is a very strong structure. It's designed to hold the head so the head can rotate and so forth. And the bone structure, the vertebral column, is very, very strong. So it takes a lot of energy to sever the head from the body.
This is why traditional beheadings are rarely precise. Unskilled executioners and dull blades leave victims severely wounded, but far from dead. It sometimes takes several blows to the neck to completely remove the head.
The axe and the sword not only could be difficult to remove the head, but you could also get crushing injuries as well as cutting injuries and make it a very painful death.
In 1792, the guillotine becomes the official French method of execution.
So during the French Revolution, this was an extremely quick and efficient way of executing people.
This machine was a picture of efficiency. You could have